What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. How's it going? Hopefully life is good. Life is very, very good. So we're gonna continue what we did last time, which is theorycrafting Path of Exile builds, because Friday is the big day. Or a big day, at least, in the Path of Exile world. We'll see what we can come up with. I think I've got some pretty good choices. Pretty good choices. So we'll see. We'll see. I initially thought I was gonna be real high on lightning tendrils, which I still am. I think it's a good way to go. Oh yeah, fucked up. Here we go. There we go. That's much better for you guys. Much better. You might not be able to see what I'm doing all the time because, like, this is actually sort of off-center for me because of my ultra-wide screen. But that's okay. Just let me know. If I, like, mouse over something and you can't tell what the hell I'm talking about, then just tell me I'm an idiot and we'll fix it. No worries. So I actually have a video going up discussing these two builds briefly that I'm thinking about. It's only like a 15-minute video. I say only. I'm a pretty long-winded analytical dude, as my 3D printer go burr. But yeah, it's uploading as we speak, actually. Let's see. Yep. It's going. It be going. But yeah, I plan on actually playing both of these builds, I think, because they're good. I think they will work out well. So yeah, good day. Good day. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed your week. You're getting hyped for the new season. I'm printing a Formula 1 car in celebration. Oh no. Oh no. I think two of my friends are getting wasted and like repairing one of their attics. Because he had a kid about the same time I did, like 2 weeks after I did. And was building a nursery and like tore into a wall and discovered that his entire attic was full of mold. So he had to like literally tear out his whole attic. So that sucks. But yeah, he and another dude are just like getting hammered and fixing shit. So that doesn't sound like too bad of a life, I guess. I'm gonna have to keep Discord out of the way so I can actually. I'm gonna look over at my at OBS there so I can figure out if I'm showing you what needs to be shown. Alright, so the builds in question, as per the title of the stream, are a Maw of Mischief Elementalist Ignite, wielding Ignite, of course, because I have a giant hard-on for Ignite. I love that mechanic, it's so fun. There's a bunch of really good support for it. That, and a Bladefall Blade Blast Totem build. With it, that's a Hierophant, though, in case that wasn't sort of implicit. Yeah, I have always really liked Bladefall and Blade Blast, and it sort of fell out of favor because Blade Blast got, like, repeatedly nerfed and just kicked in the nuts. And it's still a phenomenally good skill. It isn't as good as it once was, and sort of fell out of favor. But it's still a totally badass skill, and it's a lot harder to make it work than it used to be, because you used to be able to just, like, stick it on Spellslinger and go to town. But then they made Spellslinger reserve more mana and cost mana to use, and, you know, made Blade Blast, like, do less damage and not unnerve things anymore, and blah, 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 blah. So, it has survived many, many, many nerfs, and it's still a great skill. So, in case you're not sure what Maw of Mischief is, this is actually the, item that Bex made, who's the, like, community, you know, outreach person, the PR person. This is her item, and it grants you a level 20 Death Wish skill, which is This. It's this. So 444 to 666 fire damage base. And the explosion deals fire damage equal to 19% of the minion's life. Like, it blows up your life as, let's see. I guess you can't see this, but I'm not gonna move my screen around and fuck it up. But it says, as you channel this spell, explosion of the minion is not affected by... Basically, it just makes all your shit explode. Makes your minions blow up. So, the solution to this is have the beefiest, most life-ridden minions that you possibly can. And fortunately, there's a stone golem for that. And, so this is the ultra bare bones league start version of this, because unfortunately Maw of Mischief has a level requirement of 73, so you can't actually get into this build until later. However, that doesn't end up being such a terrible thing, because you can just level with whatever other Ignite skill you want. I will probably do Wave of Conviction. I might try out Lightning Tendrils along the way, since we spent so much time on that last time, and that's occupied quite a bit of my mental energy over the past week or so. So yeah, I'll try it out. Arc is awesome, you know, whatever you want. So once you kind of hit the mid 60s, we've got this wheel here, and this wheel here. So what's that? 1, 5, 8, 12 points. So basically, if you start putting points into minion life early on, then you're gonna have everything that you need by the time that actually comes around. That being the level requirement for Maw of Mischief. So I will be doing that, not a problem. And basically you just level as a normal Ignite build until then, like I said. So you get all the fire damage over time and all your life and this stuff, and, you know, call it good. And once you get close, you start wasting points, because they will all be essentially dead points for you at that juncture. I mean, you'll have golems, and it'll make your golems a little bit tougher, but I don't know that that's super necessary, because you'll have this node, and when they die, they just come back. But in any event, you will be set up to go. And the reason that you want minion life, as I mentioned, is the base damage of Death Wish is dependent on your minion life. So you're increasing your base damage of the Ignite through this, which is easily the best way to do it. This is essentially like a more damage multiplier, every single one of these. And then all of that base damage gets, you know, tossed into all of your damage over time, your fire damage, your elemental damage, etc. And so you end up with these absolutely ridiculous numbers. And again, in case you missed it, this is with nothing except the helmet, doing 700,000 DPS with Ignites. This is kind of misleading. That's really what you want. And this is just kind of like tapping the skill and blowing up one of your stone golems. Not even channeling it. You can get up to 13 stacks, which in this case would be 1.5 million. So as I have it currently, let's put on stuff. So this is a good unique. The increases and reductions to like minion damage also affect me. So just along the way, you pick up a whole bunch of minion damage nodes. Like that one. I think that's it. Yeah, that one. And so you have spiritual aid that makes minion damage affect you, but the Scourge is they affect you at 1.5x, which is great. So this is a kind of like above average weapon for this build, I would say. So if you go balls deep and get this like ridiculous scepter, which actually probably won't be that expensive, because plus levels of skills I don't believe do anything for you, because they specify skilled gems. And this is, you're not using a gem, but this is a good but not overwhelmingly excellent scepter. So you're not gonna like, you're gonna butt up against people using Righteous Fire a little bit, which will drive demand for these sorts of scepters. And you specifically want scepters because of increased LE damage. Or I guess you could get the wand that has cast speed implicit. That would be helpful for you. Spell damage will not affect Ignite, which is why I say that. So, yeah, if you do a scepter like that, you increase your damage pretty substantially, right? That was like a 20% damage boost. But the Scourge, I think, is kind of like a, 20 chaos-ish unique, so that's a good place to start, and it's something that's named. I don't have to go through and say, hey, you want all of these different things on your scepter, which you do. You want fire damage, damage over time multiplier, all that stuff. But it's much easier to just say, get the Scourge. So yeah, Kite Shield, armor evasion. I'm trying to get some like crit reduction. So I have some on the tree. I've got 30 on the tree here. Here. There it is. Yeah, you can see that. Sanctum of Thought. Perfect. So I need another source of that, and I'm not sure where to get it. Because I know you can get it from Armor Mastery, but I don't have an Armor Mastery that I can access easily. And I don't think you can get it here, can you? No. But yeah, that's a problem. But so I'm gonna use Skin of the Lords. And again, this is sort of a stopgap sort of thing. It's an easy way to get Eldritch Battery. And this will be a Mind Over Matter Eldritch Battery sort of setup here. And I'm going to switch to my default tree, which is fairly well thought out, in my opinion, but certainly room for improvement. So this is where you need Skin of the Lords, because you save some points going over the Eldritch Battery. And Skin of the Lords is also really nice because you get... This is where you would want to put your Stone Golem, and you'd link it to an Empower, so the Empower would also gain levels, which would in turn make the Stone Golem gain more levels. And I just have some like generic rares. This is actually a really good rare with lots of life and high roll damage over time. I think I might have gotten a little carried away with that one. But there's Chill Immune, and you can get Stun Immune, or Freeze Immune from your Pantheon. Just a Strength and Dexterity Amulet, because I need Dexterity desperately. Barracks, Polaric Devastation for Covered in Ash. Barracks is for spreading your shocks and stuff. And Ignites, more importantly, I guess. So there's all that. And so damage went up quite a bit, right? But not as much as it should. The reason for that is this is currently calculating off of a life of 65,000. So we need to increase this to 189,977. 977. All right. So 5.6 million. That's not too bad. So that's your Ignite DPS, and you hit for almost 700,000. So you're going to be inflicting some pretty good shocks on stuff as well. And I feel like that's actually a different number that I was messing with earlier. I don't remember what it was, but it seems lower, and I'm not sure why. Oh, I bet I know why. There you go. Now our things are covered in ash. Excellent. Yep. So number of summoned minions is 5. If you go up to 13, you get some extra regen, because you have Forbidden Flame and Forbidden Flesh, giving you Bone Barrier. So I did a similar trick with the Dark Pact Occultist, which is a great build, by the way. If anybody's looking for options, that's a really, really good choice too. Did not really get hit in the new patch. The only thing that changed was you can no longer use the Chaos Mastery to get Energy Shield Leech, so you'll either have to path over here, here, or all the way over here, I guess. Certainly makes a lot more sense to do this one, but whatever. So you have to either path to this or anoint it early. It's pretty cheap anoint, but not quite as easy to get as that mastery was for leveling. So yeah, still the Dark Pact occultist that I used last league is still bananas. Really, really good league starter. 100% recommend it. And I'll throw a path of building up for that if anybody's interested. So this build, like many other minion builds, seemingly, it is very point hungry. Like, very, very point hungry. And you'll notice that I have all 123 points allocated, which is 100% realistic. Completely unrealistic for me. So I think what'll happen is, since this does so much damage, is I'll probably just spec out of damage nodes, honestly. Like, I'll get rid of this, even though it sucks to lose 10% less damage taken. Might get out of some minion life or something. I don't know, that kind of hurts. But part of the problem with this build is it is very jewel hungry. So Primordial Might is really good to have, but you want 3 primordial items, which this is. I don't know if it says primordial in here. Hey, wait a second. So the Anima Stone itself is not a primordial item? Well, that will change my build philosophy dramatically if that's the case. Interesting. Well, that actually frees things up a little bit. Huh. Well, so we have some interesting choices. So I was under the impression that the Anima Stone itself was a primordial item, and that I needed 2 of these to have 3 and get that extra golem. So with that in mind, since I won't be getting that unless I socket something, you know, like another one of these, which I'm pretty sure is not worth my while. Here, let's try this real quick. Well, that didn't really do anything noticeable. Anyway, so I might just have the Anima Stone. And just take these out. So 28 damage and 20% max life is pretty good. That's still really good for me. I'm not... I'm not sure I can beat that with another jewel. Like, you can get some pretty damn good jewels, but they will be way more expensive than Primordial Might was. Oh yeah, I can't really look at prices anymore because everything got merged into standard. Bummer. Huh. Well, so part of the problem with this build normally, so with the Skin of the Lords, I would have it have Mind Over Matter on it. Because if I did that, I could go over here and spec into Energy Leech, save an Anoint, and also save some points, I think. But I would lose this. I would lose 1 jewel. Because if I'm up in this part of the tree, there's no other jewel slots. So if I'm not concerning myself with getting that 3rd... Huh. Well, that's pretty cool, actually. So let's try that out. Let's try... So we're gonna save this. And I'm gonna see what this looks like. So... Get that. And I think I can actually cut this and this. That. Okay, how am I gonna connect the tree? I guess just these nodes. That's not so bad. So that saves 3 points. Total. I drop down some life. Oh. But I get my anoint back. So it saves 2 points, I guess. I get my anoint back. I get some energy leech. And I guess I could go here? Or I could just anoint that. Which is probably the smarter thing to do. What else would I anoint? What would I want? Stuffy tonight, man. Allergies, they're killing me. So let's see, what would be good? Well, I guess I could do the heat thing. Yeah, there we go. Why am I brain farting? What is thought there were like power nodes where you can do like a heat map of what does most damage for you. So I'd probably choose damage if I just had one thing to anoint. Wonder if that's good. How does it compare with this? 692. That's a lot. Shock effect. Do I need more res? I don't think I need reservation, really. So I do that. What's my golem life like? Whoa, golem life drops a lot. Wow. Why does it drop 31,000? Is that like multiplicative? Holy shit. Really? Oh. That's because I dropped bone barrier. Got it. So it is 20% more. Whoops. Wait, which one do I not have? Do I need flame? Forbidden flame. There we go. Okay, so life drops 7,000. That makes a lot more sense. 182,297. So that might be worth it, right? That might be worth doing. Huh. Okay. Well, shoot. Maybe I feel weird doing this, but maybe like, because I don't need aggressive. I don't need aggressive golems. I don't care about that, because I already have that from Maw of Mischief. So maybe I go for a ridiculous jewel instead. Let's see. Cobalt jewel. So by the way, my my Atlas tree. Let's see. While I'm thinking about it, regardless of what character I use, it's gonna look like this. So I'm gonna go Blight and Abyss, and I'm gonna use the new like little portal system thing where I go over here, and I'm just going balls deep on Abyss. See how it goes. I've wanted to do that ever since they released it, but I knew that these things were bait. The 5 or 6 random mod corrupted jewels. Because jewels are fucking impossible to sell. Even, like, really, really good ones are just hard as shit to sell. Like, for popular builds. Just nobody searches for them properly. And the market for them is just terrible. So I have held off, but yeah, so I'll have essences. The idea is essences on the map device. Blight, I believe, is like super crazy likely to spawn. Just through, you know, all of these, like the bonus map encounter stuff. And then like use an Abyss Scarab. Or maybe Blight Scarab. Either way. So Scarabs for those things, and then essences on the device. I think that's my profit strategy here. Hence why Ignite's kind of leading the charge, because both of those are mechanics that really heavily favor proliferation. So I can just like kill one thing and then everything else dies with it. Okay, so Crazy Jewel. Here we go. Let's see. So we want life. Yeah, I'll just stay at 6% because I'm gonna have some pretty high demands on what this gives me. Do I want energy shield? I don't know that I do. Don't know that I do. Could have that, but I think faster ignite damage is an option to me. As a prefix. No, maybe not. Let's see. Damaging ailment steel. Yeah, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Then it's the suffix, fire dot. I mean, this is like, this jewel would be ludicrously expensive, but just for the sake of argument, let's see what it looks like damage-wise. Okay, so right now I'm doing 6.2 mil. Oh, add to build. Let's see what that looks like. 175,878. 878. Okay, so that's an improvement, which kind of makes me feel a little better. So the issue with that, though, is that you're decreasing your base damage, which I don't know that I want to do. Because when these are, like I said, these are pretty, like, basic. Oh yeah, note the 0.2% fire damage as life from the Eldritch Implicit. That's actually really important. Because it gives me 900 life per second. This is super important. Oh man. I just had this, like, terrible realization that I had to, like, mess with my audio for the video that I did. And I thought maybe my microphone was off, and I had to look at it. It's like, oh shit, have I been talking for half an hour and nobody can hear me? So, yeah, anyway, where I was going with that is, like, if I decrease the base damage of the Ignite too much, that'll, like, throw me out of whack down the line when I'm trying to, like, multiply that damage. I don't know that I want to do that, but I might. And again, it frees up my design space significantly. Actually, I might do something like get rid of that. That's 1 million. Oh, hey. Wait, hold on. Let me spec into it and see what happens. So 900,000. Ah, okay. That's not as good. Never mind. Never mind, folks. I will not do that. And probably the reason that's not as good is I have this Lethal Pride Jewel. It's just this, like, ridiculous accident of fate that you, in this position here, you can get that particular Lethal Pride Jewel. This is the only one that 4 of these nodes give you 10% faster ignite damage. And I think the other one's like fire res or something, so it's useful too. There's no blanks here at all. So, and you need strength anyway. So that's huge. If I can somehow manage to get that Timeless Jewel, I will be fucking thrilled. Don't you assholes buy this up and try to, like, price gouge me on this jewel. Because that's the only one that offers, 10% ignite damage speeds. I think the next is 2. But yeah, that's gonna be my league goal. But if you decide you don't want to do that, you can also bolster your dexterity, because I'm pretty short on dex too. Like, this dexterity is with an amulet that gives like 70 dex or something. Yeah, 60 dex. So I'm way short on dexterity. It would be nice to have that taken care of too. And as you can see, I have figured out which timeless jewel gives me the most dexterity. So yeah, maybe I'll do that. Huh. Then maybe we'll just straight up spec into this and then have... Let's see. Do I have 2 Skindle Lords? We're gonna edit this. Or we'll edit this one, actually. So that's gonna have Mind over Matter. Excellent. Save. Ooh, the K. Alright, I'm happy with that catch. Because I don't know that I can get another jewel slot to put a 3rd Primordial Eminence, or Primordial Might, or whatever it is. Yeah, so maybe we just forgo that altogether. That'll be, I mean, kind of nice, honestly, to just cut down on how much difficult to find stuff I need, and potentially expensive stuff, to really max this build out. So, yeah, ideally, we'll have that Scepter, Archon Kite Shield with lots of defense. I mean, really, I think most of this can probably just go pure defense, because this does so much damage. So gearing can be pretty defensive. I kind of thought about getting involved in the Abyss Jewels, but I've forgotten what those offer. They heavily reworked the Abyss uniques, like to the point where they're pretty freaking good. Let's see. Yeah, we'll just find it. League revamps. Yeah, Abyss looks fucking sweet. So get ready to learn how to search for Abyss Jewels, guys, because there's gonna be a lot of them. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Shadow Lightless doesn't have any of that stuff. Now it has 3% life per Abyss Jewel affecting you. 3 mana per Abyss Jewel affecting you. Penetrate 4 elemental res per Abyss Jewel affecting you. And there are now 2 and 3 Abyssal Socket variations of Shadow Lightless. Wow, okay. I was just thinking that might be really good for my other build. But I have a mandatory unique item in the armor slot, unfortunately. Oh, shit. That over for you. Maybe I'll move it more, since I'm already moving it. There we go. Much better. Okay, Darkness Enthroned unique belt. That's 50 to 100%. Those are going to be valuable. Well, I don't know, though, because they drop all the freaking time from the temple, unless they change that. Light Poacher, 100% chance to gain a spirit charge. I don't know what that means. Let's find out, I guess. Gain 5% of fizz as extra of each element per spirit charge. Maybe that's all it is. Let's see here. So there's 2 different ones. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Let's see. 24 to 32 increased movement speed. Reduced ailment duration. Huh. Okay. Oh yeah, reservation efficiency. Yeah, yeah. That's the big one that everybody was talking about. So I mean, I could do that. I could get that and the not the helmet, obviously, but interesting. So I guess what would I do to get away from Skin of the Lords? Because at this point, if I set up this way, I need 3 more points to get into Mind Over Matter. I don't know. Don't know how I would do that. Maybe I just wouldn't. I have enough armor, I think. Do I have enough energy shield, though? It would be really nice to have an energy shield and armor. Body armor. Or just straight up energy shield, I guess. I do worry that I'm not gonna have enough to drive Mind Over Matter. And why is this not saying that it's gonna leech energy shield? What the fuck? I have energy shield, and it's a spell. I do not understand. That's weird. I wonder if that's just a quirk of Path of Building. Shit, I hope so. that'll make my life really difficult if it's not. Basically have to chill out every time I take a huge hit. Instead of fighting back and regenerating it. Yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah, I guess I could make that work. Abyss jewels. I guess if you get a 100% increased effect of Abyss jewels, that'd be way better than this build. But I do need resists. I should remove. I just wanted to see what my effective hit pool was, so I should get rid of that. Yeah, so I definitely need resistances pretty hard. I don't know that I could go like full troll mode on the Abyss jewels. That would be pretty cool. I don't penetrate resistances either, so that sort of takes away a really key mod up here. Don't need mana. It'd really just be life. So yeah, probably scrap that idea. Tomb Fist rolls a bunch of random shit. Yeah, but I mean, it seems like that would be... It'd actually probably be pretty good for that other build. If you could just get away from the Soul Mantle. Which I don't know that you can. It provides so much extra damage via, like, you know, an extra support slot. And also the curses. The curses, you use a self-flagellation jewel to get increased damage, so... I don't know that that's gonna be possible. Oh well, it's a sweet idea. It's a sexy idea, right? A sexy idea. Let's see. So might as well flesh this out, I guess. That there. So I usually have a health flask. Let's see. Oh, whoops. I'm fucking this up. Quicksilver. Put a Quicksilver flask in there. Add that to build. Hey, you get out of my #1 slot, jerk. None. What else would I use, I guess? Like a sulfur flask, maybe? Just 40% increased damage? Wow, that gives me a lot of armor. Jeez. Can I work my reservation in a better way? So I've got vitality. Maybe I can put that on. I would like to have discipline. Can I do that? If I get rid of vitality? Or move it to arrogance? Oh, bummer. Maybe we can enlighten. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay. Do I have the space for that? That's the question. Gloves. Okay, so I don't need Molten Shell. I'll just deactivate that. Because I have bone armor, which I'll just put on my left click. Okay, so that's in my helmet. That's in gloves. That is in... not in my weapon. Why would that be in my weapon? That can be in boots. Oh, so good. So good. Okay, so this is in body armor. And then I can have 2 extra things in there, so maybe Flame Dash goes in there. What else would go in there? So that can go in weapon 2. It goes in weapon 1. Oh, that's in... oh no, that's already in gloves. Okay. Alright, discipline is very helpful there. That's that makes me feel a lot better about my energy shield total. That also opens up some very interesting options for Watcher's Eyes. There you go. That's what I'm looking for. So vitality's gotta go. Maybe I can put clarity in there too. So I have body armor, and Flame Dash. Got an empowered Flame Dash. Do I want that? I don't know if I want that. What else would I put there, though? So I can't really put arrogance there. Or can I? Oh, but I don't have enough things. Never mind. Okay, Flame Dash it is. And faster cast. Sure. Have faster cast stone golems. That's super useful. Flame Dash gets supported there. Does that have any quality that's... oh, travel distance? Cooldown's probably more useful. The enhance. Okay. Wait, 40% more burning damage? Jeez. Not bad. That's kind of insane. So 2 per quality? So that'd have 104% more burning damage. Damn. Flame Dash Ignite, huh? What? Okay. Okay, so let's go with that. And then we're gonna take Vitality and Clarity. We'll just put Clarity level 1. Level up. Arrogance. That can be in weapon 1. So I'm gonna organize this by... What am I gonna do? How am I gonna do that? What am I even talking about? Okay, so those are together. Weapon 1, weapon 2, body armor, and then top to bottom. So Deathwish support. Helmet. Orison boots? Sure. I don't know if that makes a difference or not, but that and gloves, flame dash, delete that. Just my extra shit. Okay. So that's full, right? Everything's full. That's perfect. Okay. So this is turning into a pretty durable character. I'm confused by the energy shield leech situation, but well, that's fine. Whatever. What Watcher's Eye do I want? Probably life on hit. And energy shield on hit. I guess. Maybe like extra life is energy shield? I don't know. Let's see what we can do. That's not what I want. Okay, so we can get taken from mana before life, damage taken gained as mana, mana recovery rate. Reduced extra damage from crits. Oh, okay, cool. How much is that? Oh, wow, alright. So it's a 40 to 60. So that would take care of, that'd make me crit immune. So that's an option. How much fizz damage reduction is it? 7? That's solid. How much do I have now? Yeah, that's pretty good. Unaffected by vulnerability. Eh. How much additional armor does it give? 800 armor. That is quite a lot. Alright, discipline, additional spell block, meh. ES recovery rate? Probably ES per hit would still be better. How much ES regen is it? Oh yeah, that ain't shit. Recovery rate, 13%. Yeah, ES per hit's better. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think any of the clarity does me too much, except for 8% of mana is ES. Oh yeah, I don't have. I was thinking life for some reason. Let's see, malevolence, damage over time, multi, life and ES recovery rate. Oh, that's pretty good. So I can do that. Heal and steal damage faster. How much faster? 13% faster? Okay. How much damage multi? I think these are going to be really expensive. I'll probably only be able to afford, like, one of these things. I don't know, maybe some of those are super cheap, but I know the life per hit is not at all. Wait, was there a damage ES leech? I don't really even need that though. How much life recovery rate? Still 13, that's not very good. 1% of life, what the fuck? No. 100%. I guess it doesn't matter. It's gonna be a ton anyway. Okay, life gain per hit, I guess, is the go there. But yeah, I know both of those are very expensive. The Malevolence ones are really expensive too. So I'm just gonna add that to remind myself that I do in fact want to Watcher's Eye. And we'll just go out and buy this like 20 Divine Watcher's Eye, no problem. No problem. Fuck. Okay. What else? What else can we do? So I think this is pretty well optimized. That's sort of an obvious combo. Probably if I were to get this particular cluster jewel, I would just slap some exalts on it and get some extra stats. I think these were like 50 chaos apiece or something last league, so I expect them to be around that. Yeah, Primordial Bond is fucking money. I don't even know that I want this as opposed to just regular node. I mean, I guess the max life is good to have, but you know, if it's just gonna be a node that I spec into anyway. But I'd rather these be switched so I don't have to spend those 2 points and I just kind of go around the horn here. So maybe I'll be able to find something with Primordial Bond that doesn't put it there. I'd save some points that way. That'd actually be really nice. I wonder if there's any way to like predict that. Let's find out. Create. Main damage. 8 passives. You need to be Primordial Might, but you're not. How about that one? Primordial Bond, excuse me. So let's do Feasting Fiends and some other random shit that I probably don't want. Do any of these have anything to do with what I'm doing? Double damage on full life, Rotten Claws, Impale, Renewal, sure. It's still up there. That's the suck. Okay. I wonder if you just switch shit around. There, we'll just leave Feasting Fiends in there. Raisin Village. Save. Nope. Does anybody know, like, what affects that? Like, what... How do you know which, passive is gonna be where? Or which notable is gonna be where? So I guess the suffix is always up there? Up top? Maybe that's what it is. Let's see what happens if I just have Primordial Bond. Because I do not know. It might be good. It might be a good thing. Nope. No, it's not. That's a good thought, though. Okay. Well, so much for that. Alright, get out of my build, please. Ah, son of a bitch. Alright, come on back. Thought I broke myself there for a second. Bummer. That would have been a real downer. Okay, we'll go ahead and save that. I feel like that's pretty substantial progress. Yeah, getting more into those primordial mites was that's not my favorite. Not my favorite. It does make life a little easier. So what would I use instead of that, though? I guess I'd probably use a primordial mine, because that's easy enough, right? Hey, Frog fan, what's up, man? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Just talking through some Path of Exile changes. Am I good at physics? I have a degree in physics. Like General's Cry. I've thought about it. I've thought about it before. What's going on, guys? How are you? I thought about doing a General's Cry Volcanic Fissure last league, actually. Physics is beating your ass. It can do that. It can definitely do that. What are you learning right now? I had to learn to program MathCAD to do my physics homework, if that makes you feel any better. I actually had to freaking learn to program. Simple stuff. Well, if it's simple stuff, so keep in mind that I haven't really done physics since college, basically. Like, I keep up with it and I read about it and stuff, but it has little practical application along the, it's like innocent banter, and sometimes that's the case, man. Oh, you're doing, like, angular stuff, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's kind of confusing, for sure. Definitely confusing from time to time. I totally understand. Let's see. Jesus, it's so much damage. Oh my god. Oh my god. Cannot wait to roast a boss with that. Holy shit. Alright, enough of that. Let's go look at the other build. The next time you saw that game category, it has 50,000 viewers. I'm a visionary, that's why. That's why. Yeah, I had one stream where I got rated by, like, the two biggest, like, Blast Epoch streamers, because I think I was, like, the third biggest. And then, like, all of a sudden, you've got, like, Quinn and Zizarin and, you know, frickin' Asmongold and all these people streaming it, like... Failing business statistics? Nah, man. You gotta get up on that business stats. That's actually useful stuff. I can find that generally when other specialties, like, dabble in something, like, we had a class that was called How Things Work, and it was like I think it was a physics class, but also some other course that you could, you know, get credit for, like humanities or some shit. It was basically just, like, practical applications of physics. Of, like, basic physics, and it was super cool. Like, when my roommate took it, I didn't take it because I was taking, like, you know, some ridiculous calculus class or something, but, like, he'd always show me what they were working on, and they did all these, like, cool labs and stuff. I'm like, holy shit. That's awesome. Why the blow up? Because they had a big release. They released their multiplayer, and, I think they got a couple, so, they released multiplayer, and, like, they had a huge content patch, and it had kind of been getting some, like, low-level praise from bigger streamers for a long time. Like, I know Zizarin's, like, really heavily involved. He's probably the biggest Path of Exile streamer, except maybe Quinn. So he's involved. I think Quinn is involved to some degree, and they've just been, like, publicizing it for a while, and it's a great game. I mean, my layout is bad. Yes, it is. Yeah, I keep having to fucking move this around. There we go. Much better. Now you can. Yay. Yeah, I was reading something online. And see, that's what it looks like. because I have an ultra-wide monitor. This is definitely not a great monitor for streaming Path of Building. So I have to kind of rig it a little bit. But it works. It works out. So yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, the last epoch, man, they have been doing work. What am I even doing? Yeah, this. You think physics is complicated, man? Come play Path of Exile. This. Can't I split it into 3? How do I do that? Oh, you mean my monitor? I probably could. Yeah. I find that this works out pretty well, honestly. It's just like the tree kind of gets confusing. Like this, like what I'm pointing at right now is like the geographic middle of my screen. So, yeah, clearly that's not the center of what you guys are seeing. But yeah, this is, if you were clueless before, this is the passive tree for Path of Exile. This is all the shit you can take. And every character can take all of those things. Any or all of them. Well, I guess not all of them, but you have a certain amount of points. Yeah, this is... It deserves a degree of its own. I should probably put as much time into Path of Exile as I have some of my degrees. Quite frankly. I mean, the people who are good at it have, like legit made livings off of, like, streaming the content. You need to POB warrior. Well, that's what I'm here for, friend. That is what I'm here for. Both of these builds should actually be super easy to use, so this is, like, the only game that I would ever advocate anybody just absolutely use a build guide. If you don't really, really know what you're doing, you're gonna make a shitty build and you're not gonna have a good time. Like, basically guaranteed. So yeah, this is a totem build. I am, like, kind of obsessed with Bladefall and Blade Blast, and, like, trying to make it work. And I think this will do that. This will do that. It'll allow you to offer services for profit. Yeah, I mean, it does. Like, streamers do that all the time. The Path of Exile community is, like, a really robust one. It's full of a bunch of assholes, but it is a robust community. There are some, pretty freaking toxic people in the Path of Exile community, but there's also, like, they're just the loud ones. I would say overall it's a pretty good community. I've run into some very, like, honest, kind people. Yeah, for the most part, like, I've had good interactions, but of course you read Reddit. Reddit is, like, the worst of the worst anyway. And, you know, you just read all of these, like, terrible things that have happened to people in-game. Like, just people scamming and being dicks, and, you know, it just sucks. It's a downer. But yeah, this, again, so this is, so Bladefall and Blade Blast. Like, Blade Blast is well, it's gonna be easier to describe this if I just look at Bladefall. So it says leaves a lingering blade in the ground for every volley. That's 5 volleys. Plenty of games with filthy rich people. Yeah, absolutely. So especially now. So this is a weird phenomenon that's kind of happening across gaming. Like, now that gaming is kind of, like, mainstreaming a little bit and has been around, you know, in an organized fashion for 30-ish years now, you know, and on a, like, widespread scale. Like, we're adults now. You know, there's people who are, like, lawyers and CEOs and doctors and, you know, like, powerful people who have, like, you know, have been lifelong gamers, and that wasn't really the case previously. You know, it didn't have that crowd. And so now there's people who have the money to spend on these things. Oh, your Omni got scammed? Oh no, that sucks, dude. That sucks. Man, bummer. Especially now, because they're so freaking rare. That first league they came out, they were dropping like candy, but... But yeah, so it occurs to me that having totems cast your blade fall, so they make all of your lingering blades, is a really good idea. So I just have totems casting Bladefall as fast as possible. And I'm going to self-cast Blade Blast. So you've got to have a staff for this. I worry that this build does not have very good defenses. Or any defenses, for that matter. Other than just like straight up regenerating life and energy shield mana. So I don't know. You wanna see the tree? Here's the tree. So it's another Mind Over Matter build. Gotta come down here, get some mana and life and stuff. You see it. You see my tree. Basically just pick up a whole bunch of life and mana nodes for the most part. I got these staff nodes because these staff nodes are fucking crazy. This is like one of the best clusters for anything in the game. No, I do not have Ancestral Bond. Deliberately did not do that. For obvious reasons. Yeah, I don't know. I think about running Determination in this because it's got so much extra armor, but that really neuters Arcane Cloak's like damage output, and also like takes a huge chunk out of my survivability. Yeah, you can make insanely unique builds, and there are some people who do that to very impressive effect. There's some pretty freaking smart people playing this game, and it sort of makes me wonder why they're spending their time playing this game. Like, go do something else, man. Like, cure cancer, build a fucking rocket to Mars, like, go terraform Mars. Yeah, you can do some really unique stuff, and then, you know, you add in all the items and stuff that have, you know, different modifiers that all work synergistically, and it's crazy. And I mean, there's a small amount of that in this build, but nothing super interesting in my opinion. But yeah, so here's the Ascendancy. So you take all this stuff, all the totem stuff, and then Divine Guidance, which is, you know, super helpful for the mana and the Mind Over Matter and whatnot. Known builds that are OP? Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. And some of them stick around for a really long time. Like, there's one skill called Seismic Trap that's been pretty much the, like, go-to league start skill for probably like 5 leagues now, which is in a league is like at least 3 months. So we're talking like a year and a half. Yeah, I mean, it's fairly balanced. It's fairly balanced for what it is. It's I mean, because there are a lot of, you know, like in-game viable builds. It's pretty tough to like. There's some aspirational content that's really, really tough. Yeah, RF is really good. Righteous Fire's been very popular for a long time too. Yeah. Yeah, it probably does need to get knocked down, but that's one skill that I'm pretty okay with, like, you know, being really good, because it doesn't have a whole lot of range. Like, you still have to run around and, like, run into shit, and it doesn't really kill bosses very well. It does everything else well, but yeah, single target is not great. With Fire Trap, though, I think that's different. It's different over the last couple of leagues. But yeah, I feel like this is might be like a sleeper winner, because so if you have Bladefall with Spell Cascade, like, it's got less area of effect, but it's still like shitting out the same amount of blades. I actually think it's more blades. And if you get Awakened Spell Cascade, it's even more. And I think that like, that's gonna really increase your damage output. And let's see, how many totems would you have? So you have 1 plus 2, let's see. So that's 2, so you'd have 4 totems, right? Because of this. So 4 Bladefall totems that cast Bladefall every, what, 0.4 seconds-ish, each of them. So that's a lot of blades. Even if it's just one blade, like, that's fast. That's a lot. Is this game one where you can reset, do different builds on the same character? Technically it is. There is a currency item called an Orb of Regret that lets you respec a point. So, like, respec a point here, but that gets expensive fast. So, like, usually that's just used to kind of, you know, be like, oh, this part of the tree isn't efficient anymore, so you respec, like, 5 points or something and put them somewhere else. I mean, theoretically, you could do a completely different build and just re-gear everything, but that's, like, those are rare and valuable enough that that's not really feasible for most people. Yeah, and you can respec these nodes too. These are called ascendancy nodes, and those cost 5 per point to respec. 5 regrets per point. Some tech millionaire spending 100k to respec. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Yeah, it's pretty punishing if you make like a huge mistake. It's probably easier to just start a new character. And that's especially true for a lot of the people who like are hardcore into this, because they can get through the campaign in like 4 hours. So it's way better than just like ditching all your currency, trying to make a new, you know, new character out of your existing one. You just like keep that character and get another one. For me, it takes probably about 7. I usually get through the campaign in about 7 hours. Level cap is 100, and the end game is it's called maps. So basically, you just make, well, here, I'll just show you. Well, actually, it's, well, yeah, let's do that. I'll just show you what it looks like. This will have to update because I haven't played it for a while. It is constant content added for sure. I am 3D printing something. I'm printing a F1 car for my kid. He goes, "Dad, are you gonna print me a surprise when I wake up?" Yeah, I'm not very good with it, unfortunately, and it all kind of turns out like, I don't know what the word is, like grainy. You know, you can like see the print lines in it and stuff, but he doesn't give a shit. You know, who cares? He thinks it's super cool. Like I'm a huge Warhammer fan, and I could never print a model for that because it's just, I mean, you'd have to sand it and pay a lot of attention to it, and I just don't, I can't do that. No reason to do that. Yeah, one of these days I'll sit down and like really learn how to use this printer, because I think it's a pretty nice printer. Does Warhammer have expensive items? Jesus Christ. Warhammer is like one of the most expensive hobbies. I mean, like, honestly, I would put it up there with like car collecting, quite frankly. It is crazy expensive. Like, I am looking at a cabinet full of models that probably cost like, if I were to sell them, I'd probably get like 30 grand. If I sold them for like what they're reasonably worth. Yeah, it does, for sure. I mean, just a kit of like normal dudes, like, you know, a squad of guys is like $50. Unassembled. Hey, Path of Exile, what the fuck? Where you at? Path of Exile just crash on me? I think it did. Let's try that again. Do I think Warhammer deserves a movie? It has one, doesn't it? Or has a couple. Oh, well, Path of Exile's crashing on me, so maybe you won't get to see it. Anyway, so what I was going to show you is it has, so you have a campaign, there's 10-act campaign, and then, you have a system called maps, where you basically, like, put this map, which is an item, it's like an itemized thing. You have something called a map device, and you put the map in there. And there's also, like, different buffs that you can apply to the map, where you can make it, like, there's certain... So every 3 months-ish, they release a new league, and some of those leagues have had content that's, like, now part of the base game. So you can sometimes, like, apply league content to your map, like, force it to appear. You can apply, like, buffs, like, make things, you know, more difficult in exchange for more rewards, or, like, a certain thing happens, or, you know, more currency drops, or something like that. So you can do all sorts of stuff with your map device, and then there's, bosses, also. So there's, like, certain things that you have to do to, like, unlock these bosses, and progress through the end game. It's really cool. It's a very complex end game. I mean, realistically, like, I've played this game a lot, and last league is the first time that I've ever, like, really made a serious run at most of the bosses. It did well. I had a really good character and was kind of, like, almost even overpowered, for some of them. But, yeah, I mean, you can play this game forever and not get to any of the true in-game content. So, like, they have those bosses, and then they have what they call the Uber versions of those bosses, which are, like, impossible to fucking kill for anybody, you know, short of, like, a no-lifer, basically. And that's the intent. It's supposed to be aspirational, hardcore, balls-to-the-wall content. Like, that's the whole idea. And unfortunately, God, post-nasal drip is just killing me. Yeah, unfortunately, they didn't really make those fights very rewarding. There are some, like, uber boss specific drops, but as a whole, they're not, like, very profitable. Even if you've got a character that can burn through them somehow. It's not like a good thing to do with your time from a, you know, time investment strategy. Did I see how well police responded to the elementary school shooting? No. Which school shooting would that be? It's sad that we have to talk about how well police respond to a school shooting again. Is this another one? I mean, I've just lost track of all that shit. It's so bad. So bad. All I can think about is the Onion story that they repost every time there's a shooting. It's like, how could we have prevented this? It says only nation where this ever happens. In Asheville. Okay. Oh, that one. Yeah, okay. Yeah, where everybody comes out and is like, see, who told you it's mental health issues? God damn it, guys. Terrible. Yeah, all of a sudden it is the shooter's ideology that matters, right? Okay. I see how that works. As soon as that fits the story you're trying to tell, then we're all over that. But yeah, so I see this being a really easy character to make because all of these are super cheap. Like, you don't necessarily need a 6-link spider or a soul mantle. And then this can just be like any old staff, which it is. There's nothing particularly expensive about this staff. And I only picked a battery staff because it was the first one in the list. It's actually probably not the best choice. But I don't know, 153 energy shield's pretty good. So, yeah, pick your poison. But, I think I'm probably rather have block from the staff, but whatever. I mean, it doesn't. You're not leveraging either of those things really, regardless of what you choose. So yeah, this is a build that's like all of this stuff I think is probably under 20 chaos total, which for those of you who don't know is not much. Yeah, this is a Templar. So like as you go around here, this like wheel. So this is Witch. So just like pure caster. Then you go this way. This is Shadow right here. This is Ranger. So this is like Dex. This is like Dex and Intelligence. This is the Shadow. Or sorry, this is a Shadow. This is a Ranger. This is Duelist, sort of like agile fighter kind of guy. This is Marauder, which is your Barbarian. And this is Templar. So Templar is like strength and magic. Yeah, so there's subclasses, yeah. Yeah. And then this one, this is the Scion. And this is like a mix of everything. And so you see, like, we kind of briefly talked about all the ascendancy stuff. The Scion's ascendancies are like a mix of all of them. So we'll stick with this. So this is the Hierophant, which is an ascendancy of the Templar. And so he's got stuff that deals with Arcane Surge. He's got this totem stuff, and he's got this like mana, fuckery here. And then this random one that does power charges and endurance charges, and this one that does brands. So if you go down here to the Ascendant, which is the Ascendant version of the Scion, the Hierophant, you see it's got some mana, some totems, and Arcane Surge, and it's just like watered down versions of all of those. And so ultimately, when you get all of your Ascendancy points, you get to choose 2 of these. So it's like a mix of 2 Ascendancy classes. People who do complementary builds? Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, like there's, actually, so there's this Ascendancy, the Inquisitor, has this. So he's kind of like set up to be Battle Mage in a lot of ways. So Battle Mage actually means, in the context of the game, means that you add your weapon's damage to a spell. Like to the spell that you cast. So, and then this, the like thing that's next in line gives you bonuses to your spellcasting if you've attacked. And yeah, you can 100% do that. So I'm actually going to craft a, well, craft is kind of a weird word, but construct a bow mage. Because there's, they updated a bow that's like, basically like a fire bow. And a skill that's associated with it. So I'm going to see what kind of damage that cranks out. But yeah, I feel like the totems thing is the way to go for Blade Blast. I like this. I like this build a lot. We'll see how it goes. Let's, I think this will probably be my second build. Because I like that Maw of Mischief way too much. We'll save this. So let's try a Burning Arrow Elementalist. And you'll sort of see my thought process for building stuff. So let's see. Want that. So this is sort of a no-brainer. All hits always ignite. And you get 25% more damage. So when it says more, that's a multiplier. When it says increased, all of the it's part of a multiplier. So like all of the stuff that says increased gets added together and then multiplied to whatever it's multiplying, increased X. So we'll do that. Okay, so this is where it gets fucky. Let's see, Salem. I want that. Maybe you should focus on not failing physics. I agree with that. Yeah, no, it'll be a good summer game. I think their next league will probably be, like I said, it's about every 3 months, And that's gonna be appropriate timing to like dodge Diablo 4, which is actually why they delayed this league. This league should have come out like a month ago, but they pushed it back so that they wouldn't run into Diablo. Last Epoch is fantastic. Really, really good game. It's much easier to play, much more straightforward. Highly recommend it. Yeah. I think it's like 35 bucks, 35 bucks in Steam. It's technically still in beta, but I mean, it's completely playable. Let's see. I don't know which one of these I want. Perhaps... probably just that one. I don't know, that's pretty nice though. Yeah, Last Epoch is great. I think that's why it exploded. Is because it is a really good game. And it's very user-friendly. You don't have to do this shit. You don't have to, you know, download a separate program and spend an hour and a half and counting staring into it, explaining to people who already know the game what you're doing. You know, and to me, like, the complexity of Path of Exile is, so, you know, part of the allure, but it's also a huge pain in the ass from time to time. If you just, like, want to sit down and play, it's pretty tough to do. Pretty tough to do that. Do I think Last Epoch will replace Path of Exile? I don't, because they're in such different spaces, in terms of, like, investment. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I guess I should have read the rest of your comment. So, yes, I do think people are too invested in Path of Exile. And, like I said, I think the complexity and the depth is attractive to a lot of people. So it'll always hold on to them. And I'm one of them. I'll always play both. The Last Epoch dev team, last I heard, is planning to basically alternate league timing with Path of Exile. So they're not, like, competing. Because usually Path of Exile's, you know, usership drops off like a freaking stone after the first month. So Last Epoch's gonna take advantage of that gap and, you know, release their league around that time. So there's room for two, for sure. There's room for both. I think Diablo 4 is, it'll take a pretty hefty amount of the market share for a while, but I think the in-game loop is not enough to make it a survivor. But the title is. There'll be enough people playing that for a long time that it'll kind of take away from both games, Last Epoch and Path of Exile. So, I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna go. Burning Arrow. It'll be rough at first, I think, for the other ARPGs. But yeah, again, Diablo's too much of an MMO, and it's... like, the dungeons are just the same, you know? Like, they're beautiful and they're really well done, but they're just the same over and over. And the fact that, like, other people can kind of, like, steal completion quests from you is not great. What got me into these grindy kind of games? Oh, well, I played Diablo 2 for thousands of hours, man. Back in the day, I played so much Diablo 2. So I've always enjoyed action RPGs. And, a member of, like, one of the communities that I was involved in with Diablo 2 and introduced me to Path of Exile, like, in early beta stage. Might have even been alpha at that point, if they were allowing people into it. But I played it for a while before it released, and upon release, and then stopped for years. Because I didn't really like how the game played at that point. And, then I got back into it probably about 3 years ago, I guess. Whatever 3.5 was. It's now 3.21, so maybe it was like 4 years ago. But yeah, got back into it. It was a completely different game. So this has always been my style. The action RPG has always been my style. But But I'm glad I gave this another chance, because it's a good game. Quality game, for sure. Alright, so I need to figure out ways to make freaking Maw of Ignite character. How do I do that? I guess... Do I need to go up there? Yeah, I guess I should probably do that. So come up here. So I'm getting life nodes, getting fire damage over time. Grab that. Take less damage over time. This. Is that... I think that might be all I want to do for this part of the tree. And then we're just gonna take a jaunt right down here. Get us some bow skills. Where's the... Nah, there it is. Perfect. Fire dot with attack skills. Chance to ignite. That's a wasted point. Attack speed and chance to ignite? Son of a bitch. Okay, well I guess I'm doing that. How about this? Okay, pin. Don't really need that. So I'm gonna want spell suppression for sure. I wanna come all the way over here. Yes? Guess so. Oops. Shit. Nope, don't close that. Or even no specific icons. Yeah, I mean, you kind of just get, like, I've spent a lot of time fiddling with this tree, for sure. Okay, damage with bow skills. So we'll take attack damage at least as life and mana. Yeah, you get familiar kind of with where stuff is. Increase damage with bows, evasion rating. And the fact that, like, this is a community-maintained program. This is called Path of Building. And it's awesome. It's really well done. So I don't know that I need much accuracy. I think I'm probably going to run into enough accuracy. Area of effect? No. Don't need that. Do I want projectile speed? I don't think so. But I do want herbalism. I am an herbalist. Oh, fire an additional arrow. My. Okay. Oh, that's cool. So here's another thing that you have to think about. So there's an item called the Thread of Hope, which you can, it basically sticks a ring into your passive tree, and you can allocate the points that are in it. So, in this case, it means that I can get that, and that. Damage over time with those, okay. I will pick that up. Wow, that's a really good point to have. Okay. So I just got 2 extra arrows. So attack speed, attack speed, attack speed. Yeah. Let's see. So I guess, do I want that? What can I get with bow mastery? I don't think any of that really affects an Ignite build, so I will pass. I will pass. However, I do want this. Since I'm already all the way over here in this part of the tree. Oh, that's Chaos Dot. Oh, bummer. That sucks. Well, that makes me wonder if I really want to be over here. Suppress evasion rating, life, quick step. Yeah, okay. Oh, okay. I get that from the thing. Nice. What's this? Yeah, melee damage. Cool. Okay. Wow, that's a really good thread of hope. Dear God, that's good. Okay. Alright then. How about this? Melee damage with attack skills. Yeah, okay. I'll take that too. Wonderful. Thank you. What is this? Might as well take this too. What the fuck? This is so good. Okay. Penetration doesn't do anything for damage over time. That's attack and cast speed. What can I do over here that's gonna help me out? This is a weird tree. Jesus, this is a weird tree. Okay, how many points? Oh, I'm 91. Ugh. Okay. Man. I wonder if Ascendant is a better option for this. No. No, it's not. 128 life. That's not heinous. Also not great. Don't have as much spell suppression as I would like. How can I fix that? I guess I can fix that over here. Get some gear for it. Oh, what's that mark? Or do I even want that? I probably want flammability, yeah. Of physical damage is extra random element. Ideal physical damage, right? That seems great. Let's pick that up. Stream's 95%, but 5%. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I actually do this at work most of the time, because I have, like, lots of, you know, like, 5 and 10 minute breaks. So I'll sit down and just, like, plan shit. I do, yeah, I have a gaming laptop at home. Or at home, at work. Sometimes it feels like home. Yeah, so when I'm on call, like, when I have 24-hour calls, I just do that. Assuming I can, that is. Let's see, damage over time with bows. What's this? Attack speed with bows. Oh, man. feel like that's what I want, but God, I have to give up the damage. Ugh. Do I work tonight? No, I'm at home. I'm at home. Yeah, I wouldn't be streaming if I was at the hospital. Because it's just like, it's not that I can't, it just doesn't work out well. I've done it before. Because I had like a Q&A thing that I committed to, and just, I was like, we'll see how it goes. And I got called away like twice to do procedures. And I don't really think about that, because usually when I'm on call, I'm just kind of like there, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll go take care of that. But when I have like a commitment to, you know, that I'm trying to like fulfill, and I get called away, it's a huge pain in the ass. It makes me really mad. How do you avoid procrastination as a serial procrastinator? Well, that's a great question. You might want to start by not watching Path of Exile streams while you have physics homework to do. That might be a good start. No homework tonight? Okay, good. I know the stream is fascinating and everything, but I don't want to be the reason that you fail your physics class. Yeah, I mean, just put yourself in 2 weeks to study for this exam, study for 24 hours. Unfortunately, physics doesn't really work that way, I don't think. It's more about understanding than it is cramming information in your brain. And that's, like, honestly, I think that's where a lot of med students fail. Is because they're used to doing that instead of, you know, they're like, oh shit, well, I don't understand this, I'm just gonna force it into my face. And that doesn't really do much for you. You have neurological issues. Yeah, it does not work well for physics. Yeah, you've got to understand what's going on to like really do well in a physics course. Crit chance for bows. Don't care about that. Let's see. I feel like I need more accuracy. So I'm gonna end up like kind of partially wasting this. Ooh, but frenzy charges is a good idea. Interesting. Yes, we'll do that. How much dex do I have? 200. Okay. I guess while I'm here, I should probably take advantage of these. Melee fizz damage. Meh. Okay, and that, folks, is my build. That's fucking ugly. I don't know if that's gonna do anything at all, but we'll see. So flammability, probably have that on a ring, I would imagine. Oh yeah, procrastination. So procrastination, set yourself up for success. Like anything that distracts you, just get rid of it. Like your phone, your computer, whatever. Like set yourself in a room by yourself and just focus on what you're gonna do and like set a goal. You know, have a goal like, I'm gonna look at this physics for 1 hour. And when your alarm goes off, you go take a break. And then you do it again. And you do it again. And if you need help, you just like write down the things that you need help with and go get help later. But yeah, you just have to like discipline yourself and force yourself to do that. It's hard. Studying is a hard skill to learn. Spend at least 4 of your day doom scrolling social media doing nothing. Yeah, exactly. When you like sit down and actually think about how much time you waste, it's a lot. So I had this attending one of the docs at Children's Mercy, one of the places I rotated. I was talking about like not having enough time, which was actually the case, but he goes, Alex, you got kids? Like, no kids yet. And he was like, you've got all the time in the world. And just looks at me knowingly like, You have no fucking idea what you're talking about. And he is right. He was very right. Kids are really demanding. But yes, the point is, like, you find out how poorly you spend your day, basically, when you sit down and think about it. Man, that's a really good thread of hope. Okay. Do I need that? I probably need that. Level 91. Hit chance is 100%? For reals? It's kind of weird. Why? Where's my accuracy? Yeah, what the fuck? Why? Enemy level 1? No. There we go. That's more like it. That seems real. All those stats, I know, right? Yeah, there's so much shit on here. Actually, you really don't need most of this. And the only thing that you ever change over here is it a boss? And you just say yes. Because really, like, boss damage is pretty much the only thing that matters in this. I mean, that's a gross oversimplification, because it's not necessarily true, but you can easily do damage to everything else is kind of what I'm trying to say. There's tons of trash mobs that just, you know, beset you at all times. But you really want to be able to chunk down the big dudes. All right, let's put on Assailant and see what that's all about. So this is going to be super heavily dependent on attack speed. Yikes. Attack rate 1.21. Ugh. That's so slow. I guess Burning Arrow has a, like, negative... Yeah, 70% of these. Yikes. Okay. So we'll put that in the helmet. Let's see. I want... Oh, you know what? I need to get some auras on board here first. Precision. And Grace. What else do I want? Malevolence. Oh, I don't have any fucking mana reservation reduction. Ugh. How am I gonna fix that? I guess probably like this. Let's see. I want that one, or damage recouped as mana. Yep, that's what we're doing. Cool. Well, that was easy. Grace and Malevolence. Or do I want Herald of Purity? Burning damage, kind of a no-brainer. Affliction. Guilty also. Oh no, I want Unbound Ailments. Alright. Look, my TPS is 26,000. That's not great. So maybe I just, like, don't come down here. Even though this is a bow character, I just, like, don't do bows and just stay up here. I think that might be what I have to do. Because that's all a bunch of wasted shit for the most part. Even though it is crazy sexy to get 2 additional arrows. Yikes. Higher level of medical field into investing? I don't know if I'd say the majority, but it's pretty common to find people who are. I mean, frankly, those are people who have money to invest. You know, so that's a more common and popular thing to do. Do I invest? I don't do any of my own investing, but yeah, I have a financial advisor who invests for me. Yeah, I'm not very good at that. So I would strongly prefer that somebody who is take care of it. How long do I plan on working? As as short of a time as possible. I think my current like trajectory is I'll be able to retire around 60-ish. I think I will do that as soon as I can. Anyway, those fire dudes are retired at 50. I won't be able. That won't be me. That won't be me, man. I got a 30-year mortgage, and my student loans drop off at 47, I think. So I might be getting close. I'd be doing pretty good after that goes away. When I go out of the country, I mean, I'll travel. I'm not gonna move anywhere. I'll stay in town. All my friends are here in town, and will continue to be forever, pretty much. But yeah, I'll travel and stick around, have fun, for sure. Oh, shit. Any places I really want to go? I would like to go to, like, Central Europe. Like, Austria, Croatia, you know, sort of the Bavarian countries. Give a house tour without doxing myself. Anesthesia house on TikTok, and their house is crazy. I mean, I like to think that I have a really nice house, but I don't know that you would be like super impressed with it. I would call it a fairly standard large house. Yeah, well, let me tell you, you can't afford that shit on a anesthesia salary. I can tell you for sure that does not happen. I mean, I guess you could, like, make it happen, but that's not really at your price point. Like, a $400,000 car is not something that you should be buying. "74% life seems real bad." That seems real bad. Let's see. How can I fix that situation most efficiently? About this. Then maybe that. Is that what I want to do? Don't know. You get the same salary depending on state. Yeah, I mean, it just depends on what you're doing. So there's as many ways to, like, compensate a doctor as there are practices, really. So you can be anywhere from totally eat what you kill, so like basically commission based, or totally salary, and there's everything in between. You know, from like production bonuses and, you know, base salary with production, you know, like a percentage of your take kind of thing. So, you know, and it's very region dependent too. Yeah, and some places give you, you know, like vested, like vestment bonuses and, you know, that sort of stuff. It's just totally dependent. I wish I made 900K, that'd be nice. Google or Quant for the medical field? No, not really. Honestly, most of the places that are like more well-known and like higher powered they pay worse. It's It's really fucked up. Honestly, it's really messed up. So like the more popular or desirable a place is, whether it's an institution or you know, like a city or something, like generally speaking, the less they pay. So there are certain hospitals. I guess there's a hospital in, I think, New York called the Hospital for Special Surgeries. And that's where like professional athletes go and like super fucking rich people. And they work their asses off, but they make a ton of money. Like tons and tons of money. Basically, if you're a physician there, you make 7 figures easily. But you're also working 70-hour weeks. So, you know, I think honestly I would probably rather be where I'm at, making half that and working half that. A little more than half that, I guess. But yeah, it sounds awful. Yeah, exactly. Insane money with no time. Can't spend it anywhere because you're always working. Ugh. All right, let's see. Craft item. But yeah, for the most part, that doesn't exist. You know, there aren't any like meccas for medicine where everybody wants to go work. Let's see. Area of effect. No. Cool. Okay. I want some frickin' accuracy. Alright, mana leech, that's pretty useful. Might do that. Calamitous is a good choice. Vicious skewering, no. Sure, we'll do that. Smite the weak. Alright, I guess Martial Prowess is as good as I get. Add to the build, baby. What is this? Oh, okay, good. So at least the small things do, in fact, affect me. Yeah, I mean, at a certain point, like, your time just becomes more valuable than, you know, anything else you could do with it. And for, you know, that point is different per person. And it also is, you know, money dependent. Like, at this point, I wouldn't work, you know, 50% more for twice as much pay, I don't think. But I would definitely do it for 3 times. I would increase my workload by 50% for 3 times more money, for sure. And that's all just kind of a personal thing. Let's see, so fire dot. I don't think any of this is gonna have accuracy. I'm very worried that I won't be able to hit shit. Not be able to hit the broadside of the barn. So I guess I'll just have to get a bunch of accuracy gear. It sucks. Wrapped in flame. How much life do I have? 119. That ain't gonna cut it. So skills. I don't want grace anymore. Delete that. I wonder if Asylum is the way to go anymore. So now there's a snipe gem. So I don't know if Asylum is worth a gem slot. My favorite whiskey? Right now, I mean, the best whiskey I've ever, like, my favorite whiskey that I could realistically consume regularly, is my favorite whiskey is a Kamagatake Japanese whiskey that's like a $250 bottle of whiskey. It's insane, and it's delicious. It's worth every penny if that's something you enjoy. Yeah, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Yeah, we'll just get out this. And don't worry, I'll fix the screen. Kamagatake. This is amazing. I think I had the like 2019 edition, I think. So good. So very, very good. It's like drinking a mixed drink. But I can't believe it gets 4 stars. That blows my mind. It's like a 50% alcohol mixed drink. It's crazy. So good. My favorite, like, affordable is this. Let's see if I can find it. Is it this one? I think it might be 12 here. This one. No. It's cheaper. Ah, here we go. Yeah, it's 10 year. There you go. 10 year. Yes, I'm of drinking age. Damn it. This one. Russell's Reserve 10 year. Delicious. So I don't really care. Like, sake is... I don't really care for sake. It's basically just alcohol. I mean, it's just like straight up alcohol without much flavor to it. Japanese whiskey is delicious. Japanese whiskey is basically scotch. It's kind of like, you can't call it scotch because it's not from Scotland. But it's like very flavorful scotch. There's, at Costco currently, or well, I don't know if it's current, but within the last 3 weeks they had it. So this, Russell's Reserve, very, very good. Really caramely flavor. I think it's like $40 a bottle. So it's not like cheap, but it's, you know, it's not $2.50. This is real good. Yeah, very caramel, very vanilla. Those are like the flavors I really enjoy in the bourbon. So, yeah, highly recommend that. Costco has this. This is really good. Also, Toki. So that's a Japanese whiskey. It's, I mean, I would say this is very good as well. This is like a $35, $40 bottle. Yeah, I drink it straight. Sometimes maybe like a splash of something. Like, my wife drinks those, like, sparkling water things. I've forgotten what they're called. But there's some that are berry. And I'll just put, like, I mean, like a couple mils. You know, like 5 mils of one of those in a glass and kind of sip on that. It adds a really good flavor to it. Yeah, splash of something is at most. Yeah, I hate them too. They're disgusting to drink, but it's nice to kind of like, it makes the whiskey like a little refreshing and kind of gives it a different flavor profile a little bit without making it like a mixed drink, you know? Because like what I'm drinking is pretty good stuff. Yeah, La Croix. It's like La Croix. But I've forgotten what the brand is that she has. Yeah, those are disgusting to drink on their own. I don't understand why that's popular. They are good mixers, though. They actually mix really well with gin, if you're a gin fan. Like the fact that they're kind of like citrusy and kind of berry. Like that goes extremely well with gin. I haven't tried it with vodka, but it sounds like it probably would go well with that too. Never even tried alcohol before? Well, never mind then. Never mind. But yeah, it's definitely like it's an acquired taste for sure. It takes a bit to sort of push past the fact that it burns. I mean, granted, this stuff doesn't really burn. Like when you start drinking nice alcohol, it's like it's obviously got ethanol in it, but it's pretty smooth. You don't know what you'd expect. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't, like... Dude, I'm very much over drinking just to get trashed. I'm past that. I've done that many times. I'd rather enjoy the experience and kind of have a nice buzz and just chill out. Let's see. We'll do that and blowback. Yeah, that's fine. I guess I could do a second cluster, huh? Have to change the fuel the fight to something else though. Life leech, I guess. But yeah, having money to support my you know, my own enjoyment has been really nice. You don't have to drink shitty beer, shitty alcohol anymore. Always eat good food. Of course, I always eat good food anyway. Note that doesn't necessarily mean expensive food, just good food. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I probably ought to go to sleep. To the point I don't have to think before I buy most things under 1,000? Oh. No, I mean, I still think about that. I'm cheap. My parents were art teachers growing up, so I still consider all of that. I mean, and there are some things, like, as a homeowner, you're like, well, I guess I have to pay for that. Like, we just repaired like, our house is about 100 years old, and a stone wall in our backyard collapsed, and we had to replace the whole thing. It was like $5,000. I was like, well, shit. I guess we're buying that. But we are definitely in a position where if that happens, then it's fine. We can just absorb it. But you are welcome for the stream. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty big wall, but you know, still, yeah. When my wife sent me a picture of that while I was at work, and I was like, fuck. And that was like in December, right after we'd had a kid. Our furnace went out, like all sorts of shit happened. But yeah. All right, I'm leaving. Have a great night, guys. Take it easy. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. I will see you Sunday, playing some Path of Exile. I'll probably try to stream before that too, but whatever. Take it easy. Adios.